Cards by Kate Fletcher. This is now week 4 of my Carona Craft Challenge series. I want to thank you all for taking part in the previous weeks. I've been absolutely overwhelmed by the entries that I have seen. In the description box for this video you will find previous entries for the last 2 weeks linked. There's quite a few there. And you'll see entries from people like Crazy Crafties, Mrs. Stationery and Stuff, Cad Crafts, Handmade by Emma, just to name a few. So please do go over to their channels or their Instagram, show them some love, tell them I sent you, and take some inspiration from them as well. Now we've also had a first winner of my spot prizes this week. As you all know, there's no set prize for entering the challenges. It's literally to spread inspiration and bring people together. But I have said for subscribers to the channel, there may be the odd spot prize. So if you'd like to find out who the winner of the first spot prize is, stay tuned to this video. So I'm going to get into the challenge card for this week. This week we're going to be making a joy fold card. I will link my blog in the description section of the video where you can find all the measurements for the card. But basically you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock for the base of the card. The first piece measures 10 inches by 6 inches and the second piece measures 9 inches by 5 inches. So we're going to start with the 10 by 6 inch piece of cardstock, and on the 10-inch side we are going to score at 4 inches. Now this card doesn't open in the traditional manner, which is why we're not scoring down the middle. So we're going to score at 4 inches, and then you can go ahead and fold on that score line and burnish it with a bone folder. I'm using my new Tonic Studios 12x12 paper pad for this card, but you can use any card that you're wanting to. We're going to be putting a lot of mats and layers on, so that will strengthen up if you have a not so strong piece of cardstock. So then on the piece that measures 9 inch by 5, we're going to score at 4.5 inches on the 9 inch side, and again we're then going to fold on the score line and burnish with a bone folder. The pattern paper I'm going to be using today is the Hell's Couple Ditch and Craft Consortium's Cottage Garden set, which I absolutely adore, but you can use any collection you want. This is great for using a collection where the papers all work really nicely together. So the first piece of pattern paper you're going to need measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. The second piece of pattern paper you're going to need measures 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And if you're using a piece of paper with direction like mine, you're going to need to make sure you get these measurements right, otherwise your patterns are going to be going in completely the wrong direction. The next piece of paper you're going to need measures 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then I actually made a topper for my card, but you really don't have to if you don't want to, and mine measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square. Okay, so that's all we need the scoreboard for today, so I'm going to put that away and we're going to get on with putting the card together. So I'm going to bring the card bases back in, and I'm also going to grab my patterned paper that I've already cut to size and my topper. You'll see I've got 2 types of glue waiting. I've got my tacky glue and my Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear. The Cosmic Shimmer is literally just for the sentiment that I have pre-cut. So I'm going to be working on the larger card base first. This is the card base that originally measured 10 by 6 inches, and I'm going to be using the piece of patterned paper that measured 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now, this piece of cardstock is going on the very inside of the card base, and you want to make sure that the flap is on the left hand side when it opens. So I'm going to put glue on the back of the 5 3/4 square piece of patterned paper, and then I'm going to stick it down onto the very base of my card. Did mention there had been a winner of a spot prize, and I will be telling you all about that person and why they won really soon, and I'll also be telling you a bit more about the prizes that I will be sending out on spot prizes. But as you can see, as I'm gluing this down, I'm making sure that there is a nice even border all around the edge of the card. And whenever I glue anything down on this card, I'm going to make sure there is a nice even border around the section. So maybe like 1/4 of an inch, I would say I'm trying to leave, and I'm just trying to get that a little bit straighter there. So next we're going to work on this outside panel of the card. So you're going to need the piece of patterned paper that measured 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and we're going to just stick this to the front of that panel, again using the tacky glue, and again making sure we've left a border that's kind of roughly 1/4 of an inch around. Now, the prizes I'm sending out on the spot prize aren't necessarily crafty. What I've tried to do is look at the current situation we're in and do something a little bit nice for the recipient of a prize. Now, I can't really tell you what's in the prize right now because the person who won the first spot prize hasn't received their prize yet. There are a few craft items in there, but it's not all a crafty prize. Okay, so now that is all stuck down on the front panel, we're going to move on to working on the smaller piece. I'm going to put the large piece to one side for a second, and we'll talk about this piece. Now, this piece needs to open to the right hand side, and your message will go on the inside. So if you now grab the piece of patterned cardstock that measured 4 1/4 by 4 3/4, we're going to stick that to the front of the card with our tacky glue again. Now, the reason I chose the Joy Fold card as this week's challenge was because I love making this card. It's my absolute favourite card, and it makes me so happy to make it. And this challenge series is all about spreading joy and giving people inspiration, and you guys have brought me so much joy by joining in the challenges that I just thought it worked really, really well as a challenge card. So now I have stuck that piece of patterned paper onto the smallest piece of the card base. I'm going to go ahead and grab my topper and put that on to the front as well. And I think I'm actually going to use foam pads to put this on the front of the card. This happy birthday is a sentiment I pre-cut. I've cut it out of Miri card. It's a die I've had in my stash for quite a while now, but it always works really nicely. It came from Printable Heaven, I think, actually. So I'm just using my Hobbycraft foam pads to stick this topper on the front of the card. So the person who has won the first spot prize of this series has done so because they have been absolutely loving this challenge series. They have done every single challenge that I have put up so far. So this will be their 4th week. I know this person looks forward to the challenges going up, which makes me really, really happy. They have created some absolutely stunning cards, rosettes, backgrounds, you name it. They are using things in their stash that they have had for a long time and never used for one reason or another, and yeah, they're just absolutely loving it. They're not doing it because there's a prize involved. They're just joining in because they want to, and it's something for them, and they're learning new things. And you know, that was the whole point of the challenge series, was to give people inspiration and to give someone something to take their mind off the current situation. So I'm really happy that this has happened for the person who has won, as well as the fact they're creating absolutely stunning projects. So please do make sure you check out the links in the description comment section of this video so you can go check out their work and everyone else's. But the winner of our first spot prize is Mrs. Stationery and Stuff. So well done, Laura. I'll be putting something in the post to you soon. I have got it all boxed up already, and just the box that I have put your prize in, you're gonna love. It's no ordinary box, and that is all I am going to say about it. But yeah, I meant to post it last week and then just didn't get to the post office. So I'll be going this week because I have I've got 3 birthday cards to post and a new baby card as well as your prize. So I don't feel bad about going to the post office this week because I do need to go. Right, so this is the front of the card all done now. So it's time to finish the card off and assemble it. So how this card works, the small piece goes inside and over the main card base, and then you get your reveal. So we're going to make sure that the small piece opens to the right and the big piece opens to the left, as I'm showing you here. And we want to make sure that we have a good border that's nice and even all the way around, so all the way from the tops and the sides. So once you've got an idea of where you want that, then you can take it back out, add your tacky glue and slide it back in. But this is why I like using glue for this type of card and not like a tape, because with glue you get that wiggle room that if you want to reposition it, you can. I've been using the tacky glue just because I've made quite a few of these cards, as you can tell, because it's my favourite card to make. So I kind of know where I want to put things, and I kind of know where it goes. But the tacky glue I find does dry really fast, so you might want to use a slightly different wet glue if it's your first Joyfold card. But here you can see I've just put the tacky glue on and I'm just putting it back in and aligning it, making sure I've got nice even borders, and then just pressing it down. And you'll see that it opens as it should, with the smaller piece going to the right and the larger piece going to the left. And then what I will do when I've finished filming is add a piece of white card to the inside, just in here, where I can write my message, and I'll probably stamp something as well. So this is actually going in the post tomorrow. This is one of the birthday cards I have to post, but as you can see, it's stood up nicely, it's all done. I'm just going to add some embellishments on the top. I don't think I'm going to use the wooden ones. I think I'm just going to go with the dots this time. So this is a really lovely card to make. It's nice and quick and easy. As I said before, it's really great for using collections where all the bits mix and match in together and work really nicely. I'm trying to not do challenges that's going to cause people to go out and buy stuff if I can. I'll try and make sure it's stuff you should already have. But yeah, I really don't want people feeling like they have to do online orders to join in. That's not what this is about. And actually, if you haven't already done last week's stencil challenge, if you have a look on Laura's channel, she's Mrs. Stationery and Stuff, she actually showed you how to make a stencil if you don't have many or you don't have any and you wanted to join in. She did make a lovely Mickey Mouse Disney stencil. So if you have a look on her videos, it should be linked below as well. You'll be able to join in with that challenge as well. Okay, so that is it done. That is the Joyfold card. How quick and easy to do was that? This is what it looks like when it's done. Your message goes on the inside. It stands up just like this. Nothing to it whatsoever. So it's your turn now. It's your turn to make Joyfold cards. Show me what you can do. Don't forget to tell me in comments where to look for your entries, and I will link you in the video for next week every time I see someone's entry. And thank you very much for taking part in the challenge series. You can do as few or as many as you would like to. Thank you very much for watching my video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be back soon with more videos. I hope you had a lovely Easter. But for now, that's all for today, and I'll be back soon. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.